Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to solve second problem on orthographic projection. Over the screen, you are able to see the three-dimension component in which the observer is going to observe the given component in this direction. To that, we have to complete front view, left-hand side view projection, and top view projection. So before going to start for the actual construction, we need to note down the length, height and width of this given component. So if you just look out for the given component, we have the length from this corner point till this center point 70 mm, and from this center point to this outer curve they have given radius 30 mm. So we have this length 70 plus 30, and if you just observe this extension, to that they have given length is equals to 50. So this length 50, and from that we have to subtract this 15 mm value, because already we have taken that 15 mm distance while measuring this 70 mm distance. So the total length will become 135, and if you just calculate the total height for this given component, this base rectangle we have 15 mm height, okay, and above this point they have given remaining height will be 65 mm. So the total height will become 15 plus 65 is equals to 80 mm, and this will be the width value 60 mm. By these three dimensions, we are going to draw orthographic projection for this given component drawing. Already I have added the different kinds of layers. The object we are going to construct by this layer, to which we have selected black color. The axis or the center lines we are going to represent by this axis layer. For the dimensions we are going to select this cyan color, uh, magenta color, and for the projection lines we are going to use this cyan color. Along with that, already I have added these different types of lines for the center as well as dash line. Already I have elaborated all those things, how to add layers and different kinds of line type in a first problem of orthographic projection. So if you have not understood those concepts, please go through that video first and then watch this video so that you can understand in a better way. For better understanding and visualization, I have highlighted the same diagram with the different colors. So this blue shaded region is nothing but the front view projection. So these portions are going to be observed by the observer while looking from this direction. This orange color regions are nothing but the left hand side of projection. So when observer is going to observe from this direction, he is able to see this surface, again this inclined rib surface, this portion at the other end, along with this semi cylindrical surface. And while looking from the top end, he is able to see this rectangle, this curved surface, again this rectangle, and this base surface. So this will help us to understand which part the observer is going to observe while looking from the front view direction, left hand side view direction, as well as from the top view. So once we're done with this analysis, we are going to draw the vertical and horizontal axis. So already I have drawn this vertical axis exactly from the middle of this A3 drawing sheet, to which I have taken dimensions 420 by 297. So this is the vertical axis I have drawn by means of this axis layer. Again, on either side I have drawn the projection lines at a distance of 10 mm along with this vertical as well as this horizontal axis. And once we complete those projections, I have drawn a rectangle by means of projection layer by considering length is equals to 135 and height is equals to 80. The same length we are going to carry in a top view projection. To that we have width is equals to 60, and to have the left hand side view rectangle, I have just extended all those projections in a vertical manner for the top view, and from the front view I have drawn this horizontal projection. So from these two intersecting lines we are able to find this, the area to complete left hand side view projection over here. So once we done with this base three rectangles for the front view, top view and side view, we are going to confirm the space required for front view, the space required for the top view, and the space required for the left hand side view projection. So from this we come to know that not a single line is going to draw beyond this drawn rectangles. Okay, so all the projection lines must be within these three rectangles only. Now let's get started for the front view projection. So we will use this figure to understand in a better way. So if you just look out this blue color shaded region, we are going to draw this surface as well as this surface. So here we can use either a rectangle command or we can go with the line command. So I am going to use line command to have this base rectangle height is equals to 15 and length is equals to 100 mm. So I am going to select line command, and from this corner I am going to draw a length is equals to 100 mm. Again vertically I have to draw this line for the height is equals to 80 mm. Again I have to move that line for the length is equals to 50. Again in a downward direction I have to draw it in a downward direction for the height is equals to 65. Again to the right side for the remaining length. So let's zoom it. There you will find one intersecting point. Just click on it, move in a downward direction, or you can right click once over there. There you will find one close option. So just select that. Now if you just move your cursor over these drawn lines, you are able to see the L-shaped region that we have completed for these blue shaded surfaces. Okay. Now we have to select object line while drawing these projections. So just select all those drawn lines and change those lines to the object layer like this. So we have completed this surface over here. Along with that, over this extension we need to draw the projection for this curved surface as well, and to which we have radius is equals to 15, because if you just look out the dimensions over here, this inner circle diameter they have given 30 mm. Okay, so this will be the 15 mm height from this center point, and if you just look out over the outer circle diameter, to that again we have to add this 15 and 15, so the total diameter will be the 60 mm. So from this point to this point we are going to calculate the radial value equals to 30 mm, and that we are going to take as a height for this curved surface. So just go with this object layer. Again I will select this line command, start with this end point. You have to move your cursor for the length is equals to 35 mm. Again move in a downward direction for the height is equals to 30. Again to the right side for the length is equals to 35. So by this way we have completed this rectangle for this blue shaded curved surface. Okay, so already we have taken the total length 50 mm. Out of that we have covered this 15 mm length over here. So the remaining length will be 35, and in a downward direction we have to take this total height. So that is nothing but the radius of this outer circle, 30 mm. So by this way we have completed this portion as well. Now at the end you have to just connect this outer surface point with respect to this baseline by drawing a straight line. Now to have that straight line which will connect this point as well as this point, you have to turn off this ortho mode command. Again go with the line command, select this point and this point. So this will be the triangular surface that the observer is going to observe while looking from this direction. Now once we done with this outline for the front view projection, all the projections that we have in a front view are going to be transferred in a top view so that we can complete all those projections very easily. Now first of all we will transfer the projection from this surface. just zoom that front view projection, go with this projection layer, select line command. Now we are going to transfer this point as well in a top view. So just select it, turn on this ortho mode command and click over here. Again select line command, transfer this point as well like this. Okay, now you can visualize we have completed a rectangle for this surface. Okay, if I just zoom it, you are able to see that we are going to draw a rectangle starting from this corner point till this corner point, again this corner point, this corner point and this corner point. So this rectangle we are going to complete in a top view projection, to which we have length is equals to 50 and width is equals to 60. Okay, so we have this length 50 over here in a front view, the same length we have carried out in a top view projection. So from this point to this point we have length is equals to 50 and this will be the width 60 mm. So let's convert all those projections into the object line. Select object layer, go with the line command, select this corner point, again this point, this point and this point. So by this way we have drawn a rectangle for this top surface. In that we are going to draw horizontal line at a distance of 15 mm, again from this corner 15 mm. So to understand this top view projection, you can imagine in such a way that if the observer direction is like this, okay, so this extreme far point or the far line at the top end is nothing but the starting line in a top view projection. So this line is nothing but this line in a top view projection. Okay, so with respect to that, you have to complete one rectangle at a distance of 15 mm from this corner. Okay, so this corner is nothing but this corner we have over here. So either you can go with the copy command, select this line, press enter button, specify the base point, and you have to mention the distance. So we want that line at a distance of 15 mm. So just press enter button, 15 mm, enter button. Again we have to enter the next dimensions. So we have this in between distance 30 and initially this 15 mm. The total distance will be 30 plus 15, 45 mm distance we have to enter over there, and we can have that second line as well. So by this way we have completed these two lines. Okay, now let me explain it once again. So this will be the line that we have drawn at a distance of 15 mm from this line. Again to have this line we have to add 30 mm distance to this previous 15 mm distance. So from this we have taken 45 mm distance to have this horizontal line. Okay, so we have completed this rectangle over here. For this curved surface, again we will observe a rectangle at the middle, and for this surface we have completed this rectangle. We will cover the hidden surfaces later on. First of all, we will just focus over the outlines that is visible to the observer while looking for the front view, top and side view projection. Now for the top view, we will see this region as well, isn't it? And to that we have to complete one rectangle. Already we have projections over here. So let me select line command once again and just complete all those outer lines so that we can have rectangle over here. Just delete this. Select the line command, complete this projection. Again this line. Okay, so by this we have completed rectangle for this surface, but we have curve over there to which we have radius 30 mm. Now to have that curve, first of all we need to draw a center line over here, so that over that center line we can take 30 mm curve over there. So just change this layer to the axis, change this line type to the center line. Go with the line command and we can select midpoint to have center line over there like this. So this will be the center line. Okay, but we want that curve for the radius equals to 30. Now to have that, we can draw a object line from this corner for the length is equals to 30. So this line we are going to draw for our reference only. Okay, so just draw that line. Again, go with this axis layer, turn it to the center line. Now you are able to see this end point for this drawn 30 mm length. Okay, so just pick that end point. From that, just draw one center line like this. So this center line will help us to find a center point for this radius equals to 30. Okay, now go with this center and radius command. Select this center point and there you have to enter radius is equals to 30. Now turn this into the object layer, line type into the continuous so that we can have that curve over there. Now just delete that reference line that we have taken initially. Just select and delete it by pressing delete button over the keyboard. Now go with the trim command. Select trim command, press enter button, trim this object lines like this. Okay, again we don't want this inner half circle as well. Now you are able to see we have completed this curve surface as well. Now select this remaining line and hit delete button over the keyboard. Now if we just look out this given diagram carefully, we have a slot for the width is equals to 20, which means that with respect to the center line on either side we have to take 10 mm distance. Okay, so we can draw a line by selecting the object layer. Select line type is equals to continuous. We can copy this line or we can make offset lines as well. So just go with the offset. Offset distance will be the 10 mm because the total width they have given 20. So with respect to center we are going to select offset distance 10 and this will be our object to which we are going to offset. Okay, now just turn these lines into the continuous. Now here we have one match property toolbar. Okay, so just select it and we can select the source and the destination object. If you just click on that, you are able to see that the destination object will be going to turn into the source object properties. Okay, now the remaining thing is that we have to complete this curve as well. So to that we have to draw one circle for the radius is equals to 10 mm because the total width will be 20 mm. So select this center point and here you have to enter radius 10. So these are the extra lines that we have over here. Go with this trim command, press enter button. This inner circle we don't want. Again select these lines as well. Now you are able to see all those lines we are going to delete one by one. Okay, select these remaining lines separately. Sorry, we don't want to delete this line, only this line and these two lines. So select it and press delete button over the keyboard. Now these extra lines we have to trim out. Okay, so just go with the trim command, hit enter button, select this line as well as this line. Now we have completed the top view projection for the given object. So this is nothing but the outline for the top view projection. So observer is going to observe this rectangle, this curved surface, this rectangle along with this base geometry they have given. Okay, so that we have completed over here. Now to have the side view projection, if we just imagine the side view projection, we need to draw two semicircles by referring this center point, and we need to extend these vertical lines for this height equals to 80 mm and horizontal line for the width is equals to 60. So we can imagine one rectangle over there, isn't it? So let's draw one rectangle initially. For this, height is equals to 80 and width is equals to 60. Go with this rectangle, select this corner point, this end point. Okay, we can transfer this center line by changing layer to the axis and line type to the center. Select this point, select line command, select this point, draw a horizontal line, and this intersecting point we have to extend vertically so that we can have a center line in a side view as well. Okay, now go with this trim command, delete this extra line that we have drawn. Now we can easily refer this intersecting point to have two concentric circles over there. Now go with this circle command with radius. This inner circle we are going to draw for the radius is equals to 15 because the total diameter they have given 30. Okay, now let me turn this to the object layer. So you have to keep in mind that while drawing the object portion, you have to change these layers to the object and line to the continuous. Okay. Again, go with this center and radius. Here we have to enter radius is equals to 30, like this. Go with this trim command. Just trim out these extra portions that we have drawn, like this. Now this will be the side view projection for this front view. Okay, so these two circles we are going to observe while looking from the side view projection. Now the remaining thing is that we have to draw a rib over here along with this center line, and that we can observe in a front view projection over here from that point to this point. Okay, so that we have somewhat over here. Now to have that, they have given width is equals to 10. So with respect to this center line on either side, you have to take 10 mm, sorry, 5 mm distance over there. So select this object layer, continuous line. You can go with this offset, select a distance 5 mm, hit enter button and select this line 5 mm, 5 mm. Okay, press escape button to come out of this selected line. Now you can turn this into the object layer later on as well. Go with this match property, select this source and destination. So by this way we can easily match our required properties. Now we want that rib section from this point to this point only. Okay, so just trim out that extra lines that we have drawn over here. We need to trim this line, this line, along with this two extra portions in the side view as well. Okay, just select this remaining lines separately and press delete button. So by this way we have completed the side view projection as well. Now we have covered all the object lines for the front view, top and side view. Now we will draw the hidden surfaces in a front view, top view and side view projection one by one. Now we will complete all the hidden surfaces for the front view. To that, let me zoom this object once again. So we have drawn this outline for the front view. Now while looking from this direction, the observer is unable to observe this inner circle. To that, we have to show a dotted line from this corner point to this corner point for the height is equals to 15 mm. Again, he is unable to observe this cut slot for the width is equals to 20 while looking in this direction. To that also we have to show one vertical hidden line for the height is equals to 15. Now let me draw those lines over here. First of all, we need to change this line type to the dash line. we have to ensure we are working in a object layer. Go with the line command, and you have to just transfer these projections from the side view. Now you are able to see that once we select that endpoint, it will create one dot line, okay, which will refer to complete the hidden surfaces over here like this. Okay, so this will be the hidden line for this inner circle. Now to change this distance for the dot line, just select this drawn line, right click once, there you will find property option. Another window will get pop up over the screen. In that line type scale, you have to enter 0.25 and hit enter button and just close this window. Now you are able to see that we have changed this line space for this dash line. Okay. Similarly, for this semicircle in a top view, we need to draw a dot line over here in a front view projection. So just go with this line command once again. Select this endpoint, move your cursor in a vertical manner. It will create one reference dot line over there and select these 2 points. So by this way we are able to draw this dot line as well. Now to have the same kind of dash line over here as well, you can just go with this match property, select this source object, select this destination object. Now you are able to see that we have turned all those lines for the equal space. Okay. Similarly, once we complete this front view projection for the hidden lines, the remaining thing is that we have to draw the hidden surfaces in a top view as well. So in a top view projection, we are unable to see this rib section while looking from the top end. To that, we have to show two dotted lines for the width is equals to 10 mm. Okay, so that we can draw with respect to this center line. We have to take 5 mm, 5 mm distance on either side, and that we are going to complete from this point to this point. Okay, so we have starting point over here and the end point over here. So it will cover only this much distance linearly. So just consider the dotted line in a line type, go with the line, or you can directly select these two lines for our reference. You can go with the offset command, select a distance equals to 5 mm, hit enter button, select the object. Again you can move these lines on either side with respect to center line. Now you can turn this to the projection layer or object layer. You just go with this projection, and here you have to change to the dash line. Just go with the match property, select object and destination source. Okay, so by this we have completed this rib section over there, but whatever the extra lines that we have drawn, that we need to trim out. So just go with the trim command, press enter button, just trim this extra portion, this one, again these lines we need to trim out because these are the extra lines that we have drawn by means of this offset command. Okay, so this is nothing but the rib section line, okay, that we have over here, that the observer is unable to observe while looking from the top end. Again we have to draw a dotted line for this curved surface, okay, which is going to meet to this vertical surface over here. So that curved surface is again invisible while looking from the top end. So to that also we have to draw dotted line. So just go with this dotted line, select a line command, and from this point to this point we have to show dotted line over there like this. Okay, so this dotted line that I have drawn right now is for this surface. Okay, so this curved surface we have from this point to this point over here. Okay, so that we are going to cover underneath this total cylindrical surface, and that is invisible to the observer. That's why we have drawn that line over here. Now once we complete this top view projection, the remaining thing is that we have to show the hidden surfaces in a side view as well. Okay, so we have completed only the outline for the side view projection, which is visible to the observer, but this provision is not visible to the observer while looking from this direction. Okay, so all those projections we have over here. First of all, we need to draw a dotted line for this much height, 15 mm, for this remaining length. Okay, so just go with this dot line, go for the line command. You can refer this point so that we can easily complete this dotted line over here. Now this dotted line is for this corner point. So that corner point we have for the throughout width is equals to 60 mm over here. That is invisible to the observer while looking for the side view. And we confirm that this semicircular slot is for that much height only. So we are going to project all those projections over here, and that we are going to use to have a vertical dotted line over there. So before that, first of all, we need to transfer all those projection lines. So just go with the projection layer and continuous line type, go with the line command, transfer these endpoints of that curve over this 45-degree line. Select these two intersecting points, move in a vertical manner like this. Again, select this intersecting point, move in a vertical upward direction. Select line command, go with this intersecting point and just click over here. Okay, so by this way we are going to transfer these two endpoints in a side view projection. Now we have to draw a dotted line from this point to this point. So just go with the object layer, dash line, select line command and draw a vertical line like this. Again from this point to this point. Okay, now to match the property similar to this, go with this match property, select the source object and select the remaining destination lines like this. Okay, so we have completed all the projections in a front view, top and side view. Now the remaining thing is that we have to show center line for this in a front view over here. Okay, so just go with this axis center line and extend this center line by selecting the line command in a front view. So from this point to this point we have to show center line over there. Okay, now again you are unable to see this center line. Now to have the proper visibility of center line, select that line, just right click once over there, go with the properties and in a line type scale you have to enter 0.25 and hit enter button. Now you are able to see this center line as well. The same property we can match to the other center lines as well. Go with the match property, select the source object and these are our destination objects. So just go on clicking those lines so that all the center lines are going to be observed in a similar manner. Okay, so this is all about the projection for the front view, top and side view. Only the remaining thing is that we have to give dimension for all these three views. So just go with this linear dimension, select this. Before that, change this layer to the dimension, line type to the continuous, go with the linear dimension, select these 2 points. We can have this 50 mm dimension over there. Okay, similarly mention the dimension for this height. Again you have to mention the dimension for this as well. Like this. Again go with this width value 60 mm. this height 15 mm. You can show it over here as well. Just zoom this portion 15 mm, and the remaining dimensions are going to be completed by means of this radius and diameter. So this will be the radius for these two curves. Again, you have to mention this distance as well. So just go with the linear dimension. Select these 2 points, this point and this point. There you can mention 20. Okay, so by this way you have to complete all the dimensions for the given front view and top view. This width where we have 10 mm for this rib section, and later on you have to just mention the projections that you have completed over there. Select text height 2.5, rotation angle 0, and just go on clicking over there. So this will represent front view projection. So here you have to mention name front view. This will be the top view projection, and this will be the left hand side view. Okay, so once you press escape button, all these namings are going to be changed with respect to initial position that we have selected. So just move those namings to the proper location by selecting this written text and move your cursor so that you can have that proper nomenclature to the drawn objects. Okay. So this is all about the front view, top view and side view projection for this given object. Okay, so by this way we have completed the projection for this given view. Okay, so once we're done with this, you have to just move this given object over this drawing sheet so that while taking the printouts we are able to print all these constructed views along with this given component drawing. So just move that object over here like this, and you can take the printout of all those projections. Okay, so already I have covered all the remaining parts, how to save this PDF so that we can have all the layout of this page in a proper way over these printouts. So this is all about the projection for this given component. Thank you so much.